you make a mistake, and you admit it, and you regret it yourself, but making the type of critical mistake, others and others, calling everybody onion, black snake within their mouth, and never address the problem. Hey, everybody, we got a problem. Houston, we got a problem. Anyway, good to have you.
Thank you, and thank you very much.
Where is everyone? Taking the shot? No problem. Did I show up early? Am I too early? No. You want me to go back? I'll start again. Later. I just say a few words and take prashadam. No problem. How's the little guy doing? Good? All right.
We were saying the other day that Prabhupada was establishing
Come here.
He was establishing Krishna.
See what he says.
Maharaj is establishing Guru-katha. And Gurudev is just exposing it.
He's a smart guy. Where did he get it from? Couldn't have been him, right? Srila Prabhupada built the house in which the whole world can live, right? He invited everybody to come. Then, when everybody's in the house, then who's really serious, right? Who wants to go further? Then Srila Govinda Swami giving this more serious, higher type of instruction. Prabhupada welcoming everybody, but not everybody is so serious. Okay. It's like if you have a school and you open the school, everybody comes to the school. It's a public school for everybody, but some students, they really want to learn something. Other students are like, oh, I'm forced to go there. The government are telling, parents are telling. They don't really want to be there. Okay, anyway, they'll hear the class, they'll get some kind of benefit maybe. But the other people who are really eager to go to school and to learn and to hear something, then this teaching is for them. So this is probably this is for more serious students. This is not material knowledge, this is bhakti. And it is true, Gurudev Govinda Swami, he emphasizing Guru Tattva, because that's how Krishna communicates to us, through the Guru. So if you don't understand how that's working, and how Krishna is manifesting and speaking through the Guru, then how will Krishna teach you? You think Krishna is going to come down with his flute and he's just going to directly talk to you? Right? We're not so qualified like that. So Krishna says, okay, I'll send my representative, the Guru, and then I'll use the Guru, I'll give intelligence, I'll give some words to try to convince you. And the Guru, he's not coming saying, oh, in my opinion, my feeling, my emotion, my thoughts. He's saying, this is what Krishna says, this is what Krishna Parampara says, this is Guru Sadhu Shastra says, right? That's all perfect knowledge. That's coming from Krishna Parampara Shastra. I'm not saying, okay, I'm saying like this, in my opinion it's like this. My feelings and emotion is telling like this. Right? Who cares about your feelings and your emotions and even your opinion, Prabhupada said. Prabhupada said, who cares about my opinion? Who cares about your opinion? What is Krishna's opinion? So who can have unflinching faith in Krishna and in the Guru who's sent by Krishna, and delivers perfect knowledge from perfect source, that's parampara. That's where Krishna will manifest. If you don't come in parampara, you didn't hear in parampara, you didn't understand in parampara, and you're not authorized and instructed in parampara, and you're coward, nobody can be a preacher. That's why when I wanted to leave early from Bhubaneswar, Gurudev like a little bit smiling, saying, okay, you want to preach, that's good, but what will you preach? First you have to hear it, first you have to digest it, you have to realize it, you have to understand it, you have to have faith in it, you have to understand all of the subtleties of how it works. Once you have all of that, by mercy of Guru Krishna, then go preach. Otherwise, you're just misunderstanding so many things, or you're theoretical, or you're overly depending on your intellect, your mind, your senses, your feelings, your emotions. And then Maya is just adding this, subtracting that, concocting, manufacturing. You cannot be a preacher, because it won't be spiritual. It'll more be coming from Maya. So there will be no potency. So Prabhupada, when he came to Bhubaneswar, that was Srila Govinda Swami temple. They had Lord Nityananda, right? Nityananda, Gauranga. Then Krishna Balaram, he's also Guru Tattva. And then Jagannath Baladev, Lady Subhadra, that's also Baladev. So you have Nityananda, Balaram, Baladev. Prabhupada established that Nityananda, Balaram, Baladev, that is Guru Tattva, that is Guru. So it's very much emphasized there, because without mercy of Lord Nityananda, Balaram, Baladev, Hare Krishna, we cannot purify contaminated mind and senses. We cannot get out of tamagun. We cannot get rid of all of this material consciousness. We cannot get rid of our material attachments, material desires, all the things holding us back, all the things keeping us under modes of material nature, influenced by Maya through mental speculation, emotion, feeling. All of those things, it has to be purified or eliminated. And without the principle, without Shri Guru, Baladev, Balaram, without the plow, without the cleansing, cleaning, there's no question of the seed of Krishna Prema being placed into the heart. So that's the work of the Guru. The principle of Guru Tattva is how to help us to become qualified. By the mercy of Krishna, one gets qualified Guru. By mercy of bona fide Guru, one gets Krishna. Both mercy is required. But most people, they don't like this cleansing process. We don't naturally liking tapodivyam, divine austerities, sacrifice, discipline, right? Being controlled. Right? Although Prabhupada says everybody's always controlled, that's just is it from Krishna or Maya. Right? So the guys get the chain around the neck being dragged and he's like, I don't want to surrender to Krishna. I'll surrender to my mind, my lust, my greed. Right? You're just surrendered to Maya. Everybody's surrendering, it's just is it Krishna or is it Maya? Everybody's listening. But are we listening to Krishna or are we listening to Maya? That's the only question. You can't say, okay, I'm independent. Prabhupada said nobody's independent. You're serving Krishna's energy one way or the other. It's either his superior energy or his inferior energy. It's either spiritual, superior energy or it's external, temporary, material energy, Maya. Nobody's independent. You can think you're independent. That's Maya. That's what Maya does. You're independent. You can think as you want. Your body, mind, senses, everything belongs to you. And whatever comes to your mind, okay, those are my thoughts, this is my plans. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. In this way, this is the illusion that we're independent, we can do as we like, come and go as we please, we don't have to be controlled. No, we're controlled. It's either controlled by Krishna, the Guru, through their instructions, or uncontrolled mind and senses means controlled by Maya. So where is the independence and not wanting to be controlled and free thinking, independent, free agent, doing as we like? Dave, are you a free agent? Yeah? It's tough now because then you have to surrender. The false ego doesn't like it. Especially as we got older. When I met my guru, I was already married man at that time, a child. I was already had own place, working, so many things. It's not like you're a small boy being controlled by the Guru. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
You know? Are you stronger today? Hare Krishna. You can hear me?
Haribol!
Haribol. So, not easy. But what's the alternative? If you want to get out of Maya, and you want to get free from the reactions of Maya, you want to get free from anxiety, you want a plan that's going to work, that means we have to accept Krishna's plan. Accept Krishna's plan means accept the Guru's plan. The Guru doesn't have a separate plan. He's asking, what is Krishna's plan? It doesn't matter to the Guru. I said the other day, somebody's married, not married, this, that, this position, that position, this job, that job. Why does that matter to the Guru? It's what does Krishna want for you? So sometimes when it's not clear, I say, okay, you pray to Krishna, and I'll pray to Krishna, and let's see if Krishna will tell you. If he doesn't tell, it means we're not serious. We're not prepared to hear Krishna instruction. That means we still want to be independent, so-called. We want to calculate, figure everything out according to our thoughts, which are coming from Maya, our feelings and emotions, which feel strongly, which is coming from Maya. So we're in Maya, the plan's coming from Maya, we're executing it for Maya's pleasure, not for Krishna's pleasure, not for Guru and Krishna's pleasure. So how will that end? Maya. Prabhupada said, no matter what plan you're making, life after life, it's never working. It's designed not to work. That's the source of your suffering condition. If we don't understand and agree and accept Krishna's instruction, there is no relief from onslaught of anxiety and suffering, disturbance, Maya. No way out. Because Krishna says, unless you surrender to me, and unless Krishna orders Maya, Maya is Krishna's servant. So if we convince Krishna, okay, I'm done, I just want to be a soul surrendered to you, I want to surrender to you, then Prabhupada says, then Krishna will ask Maya to release you. And all of a sudden, you're being haunted and obsessed and disturbed by so many material thoughts and material attractions and material attachments and desires. All of this stuff will leave you. You become free man. Prabhupada said the problem is you want to be free man without surrendering to Krishna. That's the misconception. Prabhupada said, if you completely surrender to Krishna, you'll be completely free. It seems opposite. But we're not surrendering to Krishna. We think we're independent and free, but actually we're completely harassed and controlled and disturbed by Maya. There's no question of freedom. Peace of mind and happiness is freedom, but that comes with full surrender to Krishna. But Maya is making us hesitate. Oh, I'm doubting. Oh, it's confusing. Oh, we need some excuse. You know, I checked in with my mind and it's like just a little bit not convinced. Some doubt is there. I'm very intelligent. I'm not blindly going to leap and jump. Some hesitation is there, right? Because you don't want to do it. If Krishna just tells you and you have faith in Krishna, we'll just do it. Promptly, Prabhupada says, promptly, immediately. When we don't want to do it, because we're not simple, and we're being, Prabhupada said, like a rascal, then okay, now you want to forget, now you want to make complicated, now you want to make difficult. Okay, here's false ego, here's Maya working through your false ego, your intellect, mind and senses. Okay, now here's your doubts, here's your excuses, here's your rationale why you don't have to surrender, why you can't surrender. I remember one time in Bhubaneswar, one lady said to Srila Govinda Swami, well, Maharaj, I'm a Western lady. This is like, it's not even like Vedic lady, right? I'm a Western lady. What is this Western lady, Eastern lady? It's all nonsense. It means you're not serious. You're giving, oh, I'm a Western lady. There's a nonsense excuse. There's no material excuse. There's no material impediment or obstacle if you get mercy of Guru Krishna that you can't understand everything properly. Many people in the Indian body who have no idea what is the absolute truth. Isn't it? And if you get a pretty good brain, you'll be a good mental speculator. There's a lot of good mental speculators. Okay, you have a higher grade of mental speculation. Where does that bring you? It brings you to the same hell. When you're on the royal road to hell, the highway to hell, you can't say, yeah, but my mental speculation was better than yours. Right? You're in the same car, you're going to the same destination. Who's a better mental speculator? Who's more smart? Who's more intelligent? It's a foolishness. It's a madness. But it's all going on. We cannot cheat Krishna. Those who are very simple, instruction is very simple. Because we're not simple, we're being crooked, we're being dishonest, we're not so serious, then oh, it seems so complicated. This is spiritual life, it's very difficult and very confusing, and I have to try to figure it out. And what's to figure out? Krishna already figured it out. Only we have to follow it. So when we don't want to just listen and follow it, that means we're not so serious. But because of pride, we need an excuse. We can't just say, I'm such a rascal, I don't want to listen and follow it. That's not very sociably acceptable. So if you say, no, I'm very intelligent, I'm very wise, I'm just going carefully, I'm using my intelligence, I have some few doubts. It sounds a little better, doesn't it? Then you can save your face, like they say, in the East. Try to save your face in the public. So then, okay, you want to forget? You want a good excuse? You want to feel like you have a good excuse? Okay, here's some doubts. Here's some pride. So you can think that it's, you know, a very highly esteemed hesitation and doubt. Let's just see. The most intelligent person, whoever's most simple and pure, is most intelligent. In material life, we think if someone is very simple, he's a simpleton. He's not very bright guy. But actually, from spiritual perspective, whoever's most simple means they know their disqualification and they are completely dependent on Krishna, who's the source of all knowledge and intelligence. That's the definition of simplicity. It's very simple. You're depending on Krishna for your intelligence and guidance and instructions. If we're not doing that, it means we're not simple. We have to calculate logically, practically. I know my nature. I know my psychophysical nature. I know what I can do, what I cannot do. We're acting as own guru. But the question always is there, is the plan never worked before? It's not working now. It's not going to work in the future. We need a new plan. Need a new plan. Sometimes people see they're so determined with their plan. No, I finally figured everything out. I get it all figured out. I say, okay. So, who gave you that plan? Who gave you that instruction? Did that come from Krishna or Maya? Very simple question. You got a plan. Everyone's got a plan. You got some thoughts. You got an idea. You have some speculative ability, some rational ability, some logical ability. Okay. So you finally come with your plan. You feel pretty good about your plan. You feel it in your heart. They're pounding the heart. Yes, this is definitely. Then it's just one simple question. Did it come from Krishna or did it come from Maya? Then they're stopping like, wow, that's an interesting question. We should be asking that question. Where did this intelligence, where did this thoughts, where did this feeling, where did this emotion, where did this plan come from? Why we're not thinking like that? Why you're trusting? So if you ask them, is it Krishna's plan or Maya's plan, and they're like, I don't know. Hare Krishna. I hope they fed you finally. All right. So, is it Krishna's plan or is it Maya's plan? And then when they say, well, I don't know, then they get like shaky. Like, whoa, I thought I was competent. I thought I had it all worked out, my plan. Now, one question from the Guru, is that Krishna's plan or Maya's plan? Then we're like, whoa, I don't know. I don't know whose plan that is. Now all of a sudden you get nervous, you get shaky. Because wow, if it's coming from Maya, it's not going to work. No blessings, no mercy, no authorization, no empowerment, no freedom from modes of nature, from uncontrolled mind and senses. How's it going to work? What's the plan to make it successful? That's another good question. You don't know if it's coming from Krishna or Maya, so what's your plan that makes you think it's going to be successful? How's that for a question? And then you're like, wow, I'm not convinced it came from Krishna. Now I'm doubting because it's saying if it came from Maya, it's going to absolutely fail, like every other previous plan. Doesn't that make us hesitate? Shouldn't it make us hesitate? and reorganize the foundation of the plan? So let's just say the Guru says, or let's just say you want to cook. You want to cook prasad. That's your nature, you like doing, you have some interest in it, and you just start doing. Right? Just like Krishna says to Arjuna, because you're a Kshatriya, you're a warrior, your nature will force you to fight. Your very nature will force you to act according to that nature. But Krishna says, I'm just asking you to do it for me. Do it as devotional service to me. So if you don't agree for that, you're going to end up fighting anyway, but you get no spiritual benefit. Because it's not connected to Krishna. It's not offered as devotional service to Krishna. It's not being accepted by Krishna. So then what makes your activity spiritual? Same activity. So we want to make sure that Krishna accepts that service. That's what makes it devotional service. So where is that guarantee that Krishna is accepting our service? Is that when we receive the instruction from the Guru, we faithfully follow the instruction to the best of our ability and try to please the Guru. Yasha prasadat bhagava prasada yasha prasadat magati kuto. The Guru is happy. Prabhupada said, if you want to see if Krishna is happy with you, see if your Guru is happy with you. Easiest way. If the Guru is not happy with you, that means Krishna is not happy with you. And if you don't care if Guru and Krishna are happy with you, then you're totally in Maya, and you're just servant of Maya. Then you're doomed for failure, materially and spiritually. So if that's your plan, nobody will stop you. If you'll not listen, if you'll not take any good advice, nobody will help you, nobody can help you. Krishna says, you're not hearing me because your false ego not allowing you to hear. Then you're lost. Then I ask the devotee, okay, do you enjoy being lost? It's fun, nice. What do you like better? You're lost, you like anxiety or depression? What do you prefer? Right? Which one? Anxiety or depression? Which one feels better? You can shift between anxiety and depression. When you get tired of anxiety, you go into depression. When you get tired of depression, you need some anxiety. Get moving again. That's the platform that we're calling happiness. Shifting from depression to anxiety. What feels better, panic attacks or suicidal thoughts? Is that actually a legitimate option? It's extreme, but it makes the point, doesn't it? Any questions or points? Yeah?
Hare Krishna.
I just find it so funny, the people who, many times people asking questions, I'm answering the question and they can't hear anything I'm saying. So I think, well, maybe it's just other people are meant to hear the answer. So that's why I entertain the question. I have my doubts whether the person can understand it, But maybe someone heard the question, has a similar question, and maybe the other person can hear the answer. With that way we go. Yes. How can I help you?
I realized again by hearing again from you that I need to try to please Guru and Krishna. And
I need to try to please Guru and Krishna. Probably good idea. Yeah.
But
So what's your plan to please Guru and Krishna?
I want to try to clarify with you what is the plan.
What is it?
I want to try to clarify with you, Gurudev, what is the plan?
What is the plan? Ask your Guru. Ask Maya. Go to your mind, Maya is controlling your mind, and ask your mind, which is controlled by Maya, what is our plan? And she'll continue to give you the plan. That's the plan, right? How well is that working out for you? Why won't you give it up?
Much attached.
I'm too much attached.
Then suffer.
That's,
You're too much attached. You don't want to hear Krishna. Krishna says you're lost, so suffer. That's your choice. That's not Krishna's choice. But that's in our foolishness, in our insanity, in our pride and arrogance. We have to suffer. Because we're not surrendering. Too much attached. That's what Krishna says, because you're so much attached to the body, to mental speculation, to listening to Maya. Prabhupada says you are condemned by the material energy. So if you're in the present position of being condemned by the material energy, what is the meaning of externally asking, what does Krishna want? It's meaningless. Anybody else? Yeah. How what?
Hare Krishna Guru.
Haribol.
How can I feel Guru Parampara?
How
or
can you
disciplic
what?
succession?
How can you what? How can you feel? How do you feel it? How do you feel? Who's controlling your feelings? Who's controlling your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings? Who's controlling it? First find that out, whether you should trust your feelings.
I can't.
Huh? You can't figure that out? Is your intelligence, mind and senses guided by Krishna? Krishna Parampara, Shastra? Or is it guided by Maya? I'm trying to figure out what I have to do. I'm in the process. In the process. People say like that, I'm in the process. I said, in the process of what? Everyone's in a process. It's not like a sufficient answer. I'm in the process. Are we in the process of going to hell? Or we are in the process of getting purified and liberated and going back to Godhead? What process are we in? Whose process is it? Is it the science of Krishna conscious process? or it is the foolishness of surrendering to Maya's process. Whose process? Everyone's in a process. What's your process? Who's your process coming from? Right, we said last night, Srila Rupa Goswami, he's explaining what is the process. What is the process of advancing in devotional service? Right? Faith in Krishna, faith in the Guru, faith in the process of purification, faith in the process of destroying doubts, faith in the process of developing transcendental realized knowledge, faith in understanding the soul, the Atma, Paramatma, Super Soul. Surrendering there, hearing there. What is the process that we're following, and who's behind that process? Is it Krishna and the Guru? And if not, then it's Maya. Absolutely. It's either Krishna or Maya. We're thinking it's like so much more sophisticated than that. Or many things to be figured out. No, there's one thing to figure out. Are we going to accept Krishna's plan or Maya's plan? That's the only thing to figure out. That's the use of the independence, how do you call it? Minute independence. So you're worrying about your feelings? So when the Guru is correcting us and purifying us and chastising us and controlling us, does that feel good for a conditioned soul? Feels nice? We don't like. False ego doesn't like. Some devotees, they say, oh, I want to go and hear Maharaj's class, but you better not try to do anything to my false ego. Just leave it as it is, and then I like Maharaj, and then I'll go listen to the class. But how can you hear the class if we have big false ego? False ego is the place Maya is talking, right? That's why you have to come in humble state of mind, not feel yourself so great. My Gurudev said, if you go to the class and you think, what can this person possibly say that I don't already know, that's pride. So this person can't say anything of value to me that I don't already know. That's a pride. And it says pride is a great stumbling block on the path of bhakti. This pride is big problem. Big, serious problem. Without the Guru and submitting to the Guru, there's no question of getting free from pride and arrogance. I remember one person I was preaching to, he spent most of his life in the jail, in the prison. More than half of his life. And he was a heroin addict. So completely addicted to the heaviest drugs, spending so much of his life in the jail, but he's so puffed up. I was shocked. Oh, I was doing this so much crime, and I was very clever, and he's telling stories like his pastimes of committing criminal activity. And I said, you are like this one show, right? The world's dumbest criminals, right? Something like that, right? He's robbing a train, and he's leaving his ID on the train. This kind of guy. right? So you have a mask on, you're stealing everybody's wallet, everybody's watches, everything, right? And then just before you leave, you just take your passport and leave it on the front seat. This type of criminal, right? He's not even a good criminal. He's a fool. And then on top of that, you're a heroin addict. You're shooting drugs, narcotics, and you're puffed up. I said, this is mind-blowing to me. How's it possible? If you spend your whole life in jail, and you're addicted to drugs, and your whole life is complete waste, chaos, one victim after another victim, what are you proud of? Please tell me. What is your claim to fame? He could not say. So I said, wow, if someone can be in that position, of course we're all more or less demons. Prabhupada said everybody in the material world is more or less some kind of demon, otherwise why are we here? Why we're in the prison house? Everybody here is insane, more or less. Otherwise, why are we here? Isn't it? So devotee, one who wants to be a devotee, he understands this pride and arrogance and conceited nature, this has to go. Somehow or other, I need to become much more humble. Because without humility, you cannot beg or cry for mercy. Even Krishna says, when he's talking about knowledge and transcendental knowledge, he says the foundation, the base of the start of real knowledge is utter humility. So without utter, complete humility, there's no question of transcendental knowledge. This means a Rajagun, Tamagun. There's no Shuddha Sattva transcendental spiritual understanding. It's all speculative. It's not real. There's not sufficient purification. So I found with my spiritual master, I don't even know he's my spiritual master. But his words hit me very deeply. No one's words in my life could hit me that deeply. And Guru means heavy, means his words are heavy. So heavy information, very humbling. Right, but pride and arrogance, we don't think we have so many bad qualities. We cannot see, we're blind. One of the Prabhupada says if you're very proud, it means you're blind. Especially spiritually blind, blinded by pride. So for spiritual life, spiritual advancement, this pride is a huge obstacle. So who are we going to allow to correct us? Who is someone who their words may be heavy, and might be sharp, might be unpalatable, but they're just sincerely trying to help me. Prabhupada says, Krishna says, you shouldn't try to preach to faithless people. Right? But Prabhupada says in his purport, but sometimes pure devotee, he takes a risk to approach someone who has big false ego, which means faithless, and see if somehow or other they can purify that person or talk some sense to them or persuade them in a different way. It's very risky. Because this pride, this type of blindness, we're misunderstanding almost everything. So I was telling with Sanatan, you know, being a guru is a thankless task. Because if any difficulty is there, anything goes apparently wrong or disturbing, it's the guru's fault. It must be something to do with him. And then if anything good happens, we take all the credit. Anything good happens, wow, I'm so fantastic, aren't I? I'm very special. But if something bad happens, we say, look, I just surrendered to Guru and Krishna. I don't know why this is happening. Right? There must be something wrong with him or his instructions, or he doesn't understand me, or he doesn't understand my language, or he doesn't understand how to deal with me. So the Guru is taking a risk, approaching your false ego. You're saying outwardly, don't touch my false ego. Don't disturb me. Then how the Guru is supposed to help you exactly? It's like you go to the doctor to take some medicine and you show up with like a astronaut helmet on. Big bubble. I came here for some medicine, right? And you can't put the medicine inside of them. He has space suit on, helmet, everything's locked in, right? And then you just come in, you know, I came here for some medicine. So how's the doctor supposed to give you the medicine? You can't put injection, you can't put in the mouth, you can't put in the eyeballs, you can't put in the ears. That's false ego. So medicine never entered inside of you. And then we said, I went to the class, nothing special, I didn't hear anything, I got no effect, nothing is there. This person puffed up, he thinks he knows something. Right? Who does he think he is? You know, he's the Prabhupada said, you know, oh, what do you think? He can see and I can't see? What does he think he knows and I don't know? It's pride. Pride is demoniac quality. Pride means spiritually blind. But we're so proud and so ignorant, so blind, we cannot even recognize it. No, I looked at myself for a couple seconds. I didn't see any pride there. I'm a humble servant. Okay. Yeah. When I looked at myself, I said, there's that special soul who loves people and well-wishing friend of all living entities. Okay, I'm not a saint, but pretty close. I have a silk chadda I put on and I throw it over. I put on my I Lost My Heart in Vrindavan t-shirt. And then I sit and do a drama like I'm a gopi in separation. Oh, the little kids are crying. Oh. This is all nonsense. It's all cheating. It's all sentimental. It's not the real. I'm crying in a mood of separation. You don't have a guru. You didn't get the first installment of mercy. Okay? You didn't even get the first installment of mercy. You don't even have a bank account. Right? You didn't even open a bank account. And you're trying to make withdrawals? Your connection with Krishna not even established. And now you're going to jump from that to like, oh, I'm a gopi in a mood of separation? And then your sentimental friend says, no, you're not a gopi, you're a cowherd boy. Oh, okay, I'm a cowherd boy. This is all cheating, it's a foolishness, it's childish. It has no reality, it has no spiritual reality. You didn't get the first installment of mercy. You know, then talk about the 10th installment of mercy. 10th canto. Prabhupada said you don't even understand Bhagavad Gita. You don't even understand you're not your body. And then you put on I was going to say cheap t-shirt, but I don't know how expensive they are. They're probably flying off the racks. I lost my heart in Vrindavan. And then you get your chadar and your wooden shoes, and you just walk around, right? Vrindavan. You're so fortunate to be in Vrindavan. I take the dust off your lotus feet and I put it on my head. There's a lot of dramas going on here. Big time drama. Big time cheating. And the so-called gurus, they're behind it. They're the ringleaders, And they're sitting with their melodies. Oh, the little kids are crying now. And the fools and the rascals, they get sucked into it because they want an easy cheating path. Sahaja. Not discipline, purification, qualification, freedom from all of this demoniac qualities. So we want to cheat the system. You want to cheat the system, you'll get cheated, for sure. Prabhupada said like that. You're cheating, you deserve a cheating guru. There's plenty of those available because most people, they deserve to be cheated. Prabhupada said hardly anybody is serious about going back to Godhead. Hardly anybody. But if you ask any of the devotees, are you concerned about going back to Godhead? Of course. But when you ask, okay, are we prepared to do the hard work? Oh, I don't know. I have to think about it. This is a gradual process. I have to be intelligent. I have to calculate. I have to work out I need some space. I need some space. I have to think this through. I mean, no simplicity. Prabhupada said if you're simple, pure-hearted, and you hear Krishna's instructions, you would immediately accept it. Prabhupada says promptly, immediately. Why we're not promptly, immediately accepting? Because we're not serious. My Gurudev used to talk about crying for Krishna. You have to learn how to cry for Krishna. Prabhupada says you should be crying for Krishna like baby for the mother. This type of chanting. But my Gurudev said instead of chanting like that, you're crying for Maya. You're not crying for Krishna, you're crying for Maya. My mother, my wife, my children, my father, my family, affection. Whoever you love, that's who you're crying, that's who you're thinking about, that's who you're crying for. You're worrying for their pleasure, their happiness. There's a Maya. Don't chew your fingers. All right? Stop chewing. Are you nervous? No? He's chewing his fingers. I think he's getting nervous. I must be getting close. He might give me some instruction now, you know. He's got no fingernails. From 1 week when he came, he had long fingernails. Now it's like no fingernails. He's just chewing his fingernails every day. He's massaging himself, he's chewing his nails, his head, he's like trying to get all the body parts to accept. Right? Mind is like disturbed, it's like you're massaging your mind, you know? I'm just thinking that what I should do. The mind is hurting, you know? It's overworked, underpaid. It's going on strike. Even Maya's giving up on you. Even Maya's getting fed up with us. This guy's such a fool. She's like, I gotta give this guy another instruction? What a fool! He's supposed to be surrendering to Krishna. I'm telling him the same stupid thing I was telling him 20 years ago. He didn't pass that one yet. Even Maya's like, my God. What a fool. And then we're thinking, no, I'm very smart, I'm very wise, I'm very capable. I love people. If you don't like Krishna, you don't like anybody. You don't like yourself. Anybody else? I thought I was just going to say like a couple words, but I don't know. I guess you guys are a little fired up today. Yeah?
What's the difference between bhakti, unmukti, sukriti, and activities we perform under the guidance of spiritual
Just
master?
chant and be happy, Deva. Alright, just chant and be happy. Don't be a jnani. Be a bhakta. Alright? It's easier. Don't be a jnani. Be a bhakta. If you're a bhakta, you'll understand everything. If you're a jnani, you'll not even understand jnana. What to speak about bhakti. Alright? Keep it simple. There's one saying, K-I-S-S, kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it simple, stupid. Simplify. This process is actually very simple, but we're overly complicating it with the intellect, so-called intellect, pride, arrogance. false ego. It's like someone who's in tamagun and they're saying, can you explain the difference between bhava and prema? I'm just a little caught up, a little confused about that platform. Between bhava and prema, it seems very subtle. We didn't get the first installment of mercy, and we're going to understand the distinction between bhava and prema, you know. Nice bitter medicine, huh? Feel good? Pinching? Very good. Before you didn't like it, now you're smiling. That's a progress. That's progress. Because you're catching the point. Just whatever's in front of you, whatever you have to do to please Guru and Krishna, just focus on that. And then you'll get mercy of Guru and Krishna. They'll purify your mind, intelligence, senses, everything. And then you'll understand everything yourself. Automatically. It says one who has unflinching faith in Krishna and the Guru, all purports of all the Vedic literatures, everything is revealed to that person. If your best friend is the source of all knowledge and intelligence, what won't you know? Now it's a question of how do you get that best friend who's the source of all knowledge and intelligence to whisper in your ear? That's the challenge. And it's not Krishna's problem. He wants to tell us, but we don't want to listen. Or we're not so eager, we're not so greedy. We're not so inquisitive. So Krishna says, okay, you're not asking, I'm not telling. Right? When Arjuna's busy trying to figure out how not to surrender, Krishna not preaching to him. He said, okay, he'll figure it out, that it's not going to work. And once he figures out it's not going to work, then he'll come back to me, then he'll surrender and say, I'm soul surrendered unto you. Please tell me decisively, specifically, how can I serve you? What is your plan for me? Before that, Krishna not telling. He told, he didn't listen, he doesn't want to do, he coming with so many mistakes, so many excuses, so Krishna not chasing him. No. It's okay. When you're ready and you want to surrender and you really want to know, then come back. Prabhupada said, if you don't think you have a problem, you don't need a guru. You don't need Krishna. It's when we realize we got a problem, a serious problem, and we can't solve it, and we're in danger, and Maya is sitting there waiting for us, then we'll be very inquisitive. Then we'll become very inquisitive. Okay? But Maya, she said, no, you're fine. You're well situated in the process. And you're happy. Okay. I don't have a problem. So we don't have shelter of Krishna, we don't have shelter of the Guru. We're not fixed in faith and surrender in the process of bhakti, but I'm fine. I'm happy. Things are going pretty good. Could be worse. Right? So Prabhupada said, you don't think you have a problem? You don't need a guru. You're your own guru. And if you don't realize you have a problem, then you say, oh, tell me what Krishna wants me to do, to the Guru. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, but let's just say I was thinking about doing it. Then what would Krishna tell me? And then I'll see if I'll surrender. No, we don't make the rules. Krishna makes the rules. Right? When Arjuna surrendered, then Krishna said, okay, now let me help you get out of trouble. Let me destroy your doubts. Let me purify you. Let me answer your questions. Actually, the first thing Krishna did to Arjuna, when Arjuna surrendered, Krishna chastised him. You're speaking so many learned words and you're mourning in the bodily concept of life for the soul which has no death. So as soon as he became Guru, the first thing he chastised Arjuna. Prabhupada in the purport says, Krishna said to Arjuna, you're fool number one. Because you're thinking like that. It purified him. Then he had so many questions, so many doubts. He went to the Guru and Krishna destroyed the doubts, answered his questions, purified his consciousness, gave him spiritual strength, intelligence, understanding. He resumed his remembrance on spiritual platform that he's eternal servant, Krishna is the Supreme Lord, and he agreed to fight for Krishna's pleasure. That's process. Confirmation. Little delayed, but still good confirmation. We had a plan earlier, but he showed up like a little bit later than that. Any other questions or points? Yeah?
Should a disciple discuss with Gurudev about his instruction to understand it clearly, or he should follow it anyway by using his own intelligence?
What's the question?
The disciple discuss with the spiritual master to get more clear understanding about
The spiritual master already spent hours in Bhubaneswar explaining every detail and giving you every instruction already. You don't remember that? You don't remember? Did you forget? Were you so long in Maya you forgot the original questions? The original instructions? Huh? You remember? So why you're asking that question? Do you have a clear understanding of Guru and Krishna's instructions? Yes or no? Huh? Didn't Guru and Krishna tell you exactly what you should do? Huh? So what's confusing? You're not accepting the instruction. You're listening to Maya. And Maya is telling, oh, it's very confusing. It may not be easy to execute, but it's not confusing. It's straightforward instruction. So the only way you're saying it's confusing is when you're going to Maya to try to understand it. And instead of depending on Guru Krishna, how to have the intelligence and strength to execute it, Maya is saying, oh, this is going to be very difficult. How will it be possible? Yes, Mata.
I have a question. This is about a Gayatri mantra.
He has a question about the Gayatri mantra.
Hare Krishna.
Oh,
How is it that you get the Gayatri mantra but it never act? Like
never what?
act.
Never acts?
Yeah, because at least in the Gayatri mantra is Krishna. Gopal mantra is Krishna. Then the last mantra.
First you need bona fide guru. Then all the mantras will work. Then your mantras will be activated. Otherwise you have the SIM cards, but no activation. I keep trying to call, can't get out. Nobody returning my call. I got a phone, I got the SIM card. Now I just need some activation, right? So bona fide guru and Krishna will activate it. Only Krishna and his true representative can activate your mantras. They only have that authority. That's why I said if one is not authorized and empowered, it'll have no potency. There's one Shastric verse that says like that, if you accept some mantras but are not coming in authorized disciplic succession, then the mantras will be meaningless, powerless. Krishna will not come there. You're just doing alphabets. So you need a guru. One Maharaj, he was fighting with me. He said, are you saying that you have to hear more than reading? And I said, well, your spiritual master said that hearing, out of the two, hearing is much more effective. And then I gave him like 50 quotes from Prabhupada explaining this point. And then I said, I don't know if I should say this. Then I told him, I said, Maharaj, looks like you need a guru. You need a guru, Maharaj. So he wrote me back. He was chairman of the GBC. I said, Maharaj, you need a guru. Then he wrote me back and he said, well, Murali, do you have anyone in mind? He's thinking I'm going to say myself, right? Do you have anyone in mind, Murali, who could be my guru? So I said, well, Maharaj, if I wasn't so busy, I would try to help you. But I'm just so overwhelmed. But if anyway, Prabhupada said if you cry and pray, show your sincerity and seriousness to surrender to Krishna, then Prabhupada said Krishna will send you a guru. I said, personally, I'm too busy, but if you show Krishna you're sincere and serious about surrendering to Krishna, he'll send you the guru that you need, Maharaj. So surprisingly, he never wrote me back after that. He's arguing with me, and I'm giving his own guru's instructions. I'm not saying in my opinion this or that. I gave 50 quotes of his own guru giving this instruction, and still he's not understanding it or accepting it. So who will help him? I don't know why they don't love me. They should love me, right? When you speak the truth, it's a liberating. If you cannot speak the truth, then it's a stifling. My Gurudev Srila Govinda Swami said they want to cut my throat. They want to silence me. But Gurudev said, if I cannot speak the truth, better just cut off my head and just let me get out of here. So this is very unpalatable, and it's politically incorrect. And you will not win any popularity contest, and you'll be seen as a demon. You'll be seen as aparadhi. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, those people, they have a tilak, a sikha, kutimala, saffron, dandak. Outwardly, they look like devotees. But in reality, inside, great demons. Kalichela. Kalichela. They're not servant of Krishna, Krishna Parampara. They're servant of Kali, Maya. So, in religious institution, this is not the way to advance. In institution, they think once you take sannyas, and you're zonal secretary, and you're temple president, and you're on this committee or that committee, and they're giving you some Mahaprasad first, and you're controlling money and manpower, then you're advanced. Then you're advanced. Then you've made it in the corporate America, or the corporate globalist advancement. I had one person in charge of one committee. He said, Murali, to give sannyas is very difficult in ISKCON. So don't ask for sannyas. We'll just make you a guru. So he trying to buy me off by making me a guru without making me sannyasi. And I said, but my authorities, they said, no, first you should take sannyas. Then after 2 years, then you can be guru. So then later they said, there's only so much Mahaprasad to hand out. If we have too many sannyasis, the cake is not enough slices there. It's already getting tight. So we'll let you be a guru. And then you figure out how you're going to get your own cake. It's all going on. It's all going on in the name of religion. They want me to be part of the old boys club. But I decided I'd rather speak the truth than be part of the old boys club because they're getting old. In this game, this cheating that they're playing, this is also getting old. People are too intelligent now. So we'll wait for the truth seekers. When I met Srila Govinda Swami, I said, this personality is the only person I met in my life who will just speak the truth with no compromise. He doesn't care about his reputation. He doesn't care how many enemies will go against him. He doesn't care about his position in the society or the institution. He's not running after disciples. He's not running after money. He's not running after zones or temples or power. So he can speak the truth. If you're running after any of that, you cannot speak the truth. You'll be a politician. You'll be a politician in robes. Political speaking, diplomatic speaking, very crooked. And all of that diplomacy and crookedness and duplicity and material calculation for name and fame, pranam, pranami, is demoniac. Kalichela mentality. They'll never last. We cannot cheat Krishna. I told one Maharaj, I said, Maharaj, I'm so fortunate now. He said, oh, why, Murali? I said, because now I can't be cheated by you people. I said, now I heard the real thing. I saw the real thing. Now you people cannot cheat me anymore. He got so uptight with me, you know. I don't know why. He got very angry at me. And the Guru said, well, Murali, I'm not afraid of you anymore. One Guru telling me, I'm not afraid of you anymore, Murali. I said, that's really good, Maharaj, because you know what? I'm not afraid of you either. And then one Maharaj came, he's the hugging Swami. We have the dancing Swami. We have the hugging Swami. So the hugging Swami, normally he gives me a hug. But when he saw me, he was very angry at me. It was very abnormal to see the hugging Swami angry. And I said, the more upset, angry he was, disturbed he was with me, I said, Maharaj, where is my hug? I said, Maharaj, where is the love, Maharaj? Where's the love? You're getting so upset. I said, Maharaj, where's the love? Where's the love that you always talk about? Where's the love, Maharaj? It's in your heart. He turned into like a witch, you know? The wicked witch of the West. It's in your heart. Wow, Maharaj. Maharaj. Where is the love? Where is my hug? He's like, and there's like 15 devotees there watching this whole thing. And I just keep saying, where's the love and where's my hug? That was like my mantra. Where's the love and where's the hug? And finally, he's looking bad, you know. He's looking real bad. The hugging Swami is losing his credentials. He's losing the hugging Swami credentials. So then he realized, I have to hug this guy. And I'm like, Maharaj, where's my hug? Where's the love? So then he says, all right. All right. So he gives me a hug. And then he's hugging me. And I whisper in his ear, I said, Maharaj, don't give up on me, Maharaj. Don't give up on me, Maharaj. So I don't know why they react to me like that. It's very funny. Then the other Maharaj, you saw him handing out one magazine, has Guru Tattva, Prabhupada picture. He just ripped the magazine out of my hand. He threw it on the ground. He took his danda and he's smashing the Guru Tattva magazine. And he's losing his mind. So I take Prabhupada picture, his guru. I said, did Prabhupada tell you to do that, Maharaj? This picture with the danda in the public? Maharaj, you have to control your mind and senses. This is not befitting a sannyasi. He wasn't the hugging Swami, this is another one. And then I had another, this is fun, isn't it? Then I had another Maharaj said, you know, I saw some of your followers and they look too happy. Something's wrong. They're too happy. And they're just like, their eyes are rolling in the back of their head and it's like, you're like a Maharishi yogi. Otherwise, how they're so happy like that? I said, Maharaj, it's called Krishna consciousness. He started yelling at me, I think I know what is Krishna consciousness. Maharaj, I'm just joking with you, just relax, calm down, calm down. So anyway, this is the reason why I'm so well liked and so institutionally secure. And I got sick of the meetings when all you had to do is raise your hand, right? Zonal secretary, we're taking a vote on something. Who agrees? I'm like, who's controlling my hand, I don't even know what are we voting on. All of a sudden my hand is going like this. I said, how am I agreeing? I cannot play this game. Then I asked a question. I said, well, what are we voting on? Like, shouldn't we discuss, like, what are you talking about? If you want to take a vote? No, just raise your hand. So if you want to get along here in this power politics environment, just raise your hand. I said, no, here, you can have your zonal secretary post, man. I'm not raising my hand. Forget it. So if you want that type of association and so-called guru, plenty. No shortage. But if you want really, you're seeking the truth and you want to hear the truth, and that's refreshing to your soul, then come back. If you don't like it, we're talking about the absolute truth. Where are you going? Huh? At least let me finish the sentence. I was just going to say, and if you don't want to hear the absolute truth, then just go. And he already was like going. This is not good for business, my friend, You're not supposed to get up and go. That's not the time. At least wait like 30 seconds or something. Okay, fine.
Maharaj, thank you very much for your
You have to eat something. Are you hungry?
I have so much things to
Take
do.
prasad. Then go. Get some mercy. Mahaprasad.
Just looking at you.
We'll save some for you.
Just looking at you, it is my prasad, Maharaj. Thank you very much for everything, all these days of Harikatha. Just looking at you, my prasad.
Oh. And I don't even have my Lost in Vrindavan t-shirt on. And still you like me. Wow. I don't even need to buy the t-shirt then, huh?
No.
Hare Krishna. That saved me a few bucks, you know. Thank you.
I hope I can see
Hare
you
Krishna.
later.
And you look more happy today.
Yeah. I hope I can see you later again. Thank you very much.
More bhakti, less jnani. Other day you were more jnani, less bhakti. Now today you're more bhakti, less jnani, now you're more happy. Alright, go towards bhakti, you'll become the best jnani. If you go for jnana, you won't become good jnani and you get no bhakti. So what's the point? Alright? You'll just become like a stone. You're not meant to be a stone. You're meant to be a bhakta. Alright?
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
For your blessings. Thank you very much.
Haribol. I got puffed up there. He said when he sees me, he feels great. I was like, wow, I was feeling pretty good about myself there. I was like, no. Don't say it like that. No. Yes. I think the last day I'm getting in more trouble than the whole 2 weeks that I talked, you know. I almost escaped out of here. Being reasonably politically correct. The last day I blew it. I blew it up. I failed. I guess some of the thing was meant to be discussed. So you need to activate the SIM card. Hatha. Anybody else? Yeah? Hare Krishna. Are you going?
I have to go to the bathroom, coming back.
Alright. Did you take prashadam?
Not yet, not this morning.
Alright. Are you gonna come back?
Yeah, for sure.
Alright.
All
You
my stuff
better.
is still here.
We'll
Yeah.
send someone in the bathroom and pull you out of there. You know? Adam? Your nickname is Adam Ant. Adam Ant. That's Adam Ant. He's very puffed up, so I have to call him Bhakti Adam Ant. Just to keep him like little bit. Otherwise he's like Lord Brahma, you know. He'll suck all the oxygen out of the tent. Out of the tent. So is there anything left for me to blow up? Didn't I blow up everything? No? What happened?
So we are like so fearful of.
You're fearful of me?
No.
After all of this talk?
Like afraid of like what's coming from, what instruction will come from Krishna. Like we are like very fearful, like to accept it and afraid. So that's why like we are.
Your soul is not afraid. Your false ego is afraid. Your soul welcomes it. But the Maya, false ego, not liking it. And then Maya just telling, be careful, be careful, be careful. Something bad's gonna happen here. Right? And we're like, oh, okay. I gotta be careful. Right? So this is another trick of Maya. If you hear, Krishna says, if you surrender to me, you hear from me, you'll be fearless. Krishna says, I will award you fearlessness and protect you personally. Declare it boldly, Arjuna. My devotee never perishes. Right? So if you're fearing, it means you're listening to Maya. Maya is creating doubts and fear. And then you're like, oh yeah, I have to be careful. Right? But for devotee, for the soul, What fear? Instruction coming from Krishna, coming from Krishna Parampara, coming Guru Sadhu and Shastra. There's no means, there's no reason to be fearful. What are you fearing? Absolute truth? Absolute instructions? What is the value of fear in front of absolute truth? It's nonsense. It's Maya. Now if someone said, well, my feelings, my emotion, my opinion, my this, that, right? Then I'd be fearful. Right? Then I'd be like, okay, why I should listen to this person? Right? But if they're presenting as it is, and it's all Guru Sadhu Shastra, Krishna's own words, what is there to be fearful about? What is the value of your fear? It's Maya. So you have to kick it out. Fearing means false ego bodily platform. If you're feeling anxiety and fear, means you're not with Krishna. You're not depending on Krishna. So if you feel anxiety and fear, go to Krishna. Chant Hare Krishna. Pray to Krishna. It means you're moving away from Krishna. The more fear and anxiety, the further away you are from Krishna. The more close you get to Krishna, the more your fear and anxiety will leave you. That's up to you. Alright, does that help you? The only thing a devotee should be fearful of is that we fail in the mission of Guru and Krishna. That somehow we're so unfortunate, so crooked, so incorrigible that we refuse to get the good advice and good instruction and executing it faithfully. That's only fear for devotees. That Maya can be so tricky and powerful that can make you not to get mercy from Guru and Krishna. That should be only fear. Otherwise it says that Krishna is the father, Vedas like a mother. If mother and father are giving you some sweet and say, you just take the sweet, pop it in your mouth. You don't look at the sweet and say, okay, I'm going to take it to the laboratory, the chemical laboratory, see if there's any poison in there. So Krishna, Veda is telling directly, just take it. You're not trusting Krishna? You're not trusting Vedas? Then who are you trusting? Your mind? Your feelings? Your thoughts? It's all coming from Maya. You're listening to Maya more than you're listening to Krishna. That's why you're fearing. That's why you're hesitating. That's why you're doubting. You have more faith in Maya than Krishna? So we're not fearing. Prabhupada said, problem with you is you're not afraid of Maya. So you're trusting Maya, whatever she says, okay, fine. And then Krishna says, well, like, oh, be careful, be careful. But Maya's saying, oh yes, this is very important, very significant. I have to immediately think and do like that, right? But if Krishna's saying, Guru's saying, Shastra's saying, oh, I have to figure it out. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to get cheated. I don't want to get hurt. But you blindly follow Maya, no problem. So we're doing it backwards. This is problem. This is what Maya is doing. Putting everything backwards. Where you should be fearful, you're not. And where you should not be fearful, then you're fearful. What is truth, Maya says, this is untruth, be careful. And what is untruth, we say, oh yes, this is truth. What's real, we say this sounds unreal. What's unreal, we say, no, this is real. This is predicament. The soul finds themselves with material body, material mind, which is influenced directly by Maya. This is our condition. This is our situation. This complexity of material consciousness. So we need better information, better advice, better instruction, perfect knowledge, perfect source. Fearlessness will come to you because you're getting perfect knowledge from perfect source. Now just pray for that intelligence and strength to understand it, put faith in it, and execute it. Then you'll be fearless. You won't care for anything because Guru and Krishna will protect you. If you don't do like that, then everything's on you. Then you protect yourself. How? With uncontrolled mind and senses, controlled by Maya, you're going to understand everything perfectly and protect yourself? With Maya's plan, following Maya's plan, which is guaranteed to fail, and you're going to put faith there? That's where you should be fearful. That's where you should be doubting. But no. We're doubting Krishna's instructions, Guru's instructions, Shastra instructions. Oh, I'm being careful. I have doubts because I'm very intelligent. So I have doubts. Like it's some kind of great thing. Krishna says your doubts are like demons. You might as well just say, I have demons. That has a different ring to it, doesn't it? I'm carrying demons. I'm listening to demons. Right? Does that sound good? It's like not very prestigious. But if you say, I have doubts and concerns, and I need to just figure some things out, that sounds much more respectable, doesn't it? Than saying, I listen to demons. I'm a servant of demons. I trust demons. My friends are demons. That's who tells me what to do, what to think. But they're nice demons, because they're my demons. They're my demons. And because I'm so special, my demons are special too. Also special demons. And they're so special, I want to hold on to them. They're nice little demons. The ones you want to hold on to. Hare Krishna. Thank you everyone very much. I appreciate it. Shri Shri Gaurnitai ki. Yes, question? What?
Hare Krishna, Srila Gurudev.
Hare Krishna.
How to know if you're simple? How to know if one is simple or having kapatya, crookedness?
If you're asking that question, it means you're not simple. How to know if you're simple or crooked? I don't know. That means you're not simple. It's like asking someone who's starving, you know, how do you know when you're full and not starving? Right? When we would say like this, my Gurudev used to say, just be simple, Baba. Just be simple. Well, technically, what does it really mean? What is that distinction between crookedness and simplicity and the proper application of the difference between bhava and prema? Wow! You're very, very sophisticated. Very advanced. Very advanced. My goodness, just be simple, like a child. Just consider yourself a fool. Prabhupada says like that, in front of your guru, he's the one who has knowledge and realization and you don't. Bottom line. So just be a fool in front of the guru. Don't think yourself very proud. Don't think you know everything. The only reason I know anything is because I heard from my Guru Dev. I'm just trying to share what I got from such an exalted Vaishnava. Otherwise, me personally, who cares what is my thoughts or opinions or realization? It's irrelevant. But what did I hear from such a Premi Bhakta? What did he teach you? What did he explain to you? What did he show you? What did you realize by his mercy? That's what you should be interested in hearing, isn't it? How did he teach you to read and understand Prabhupada's books in such a simple way? Ask that question, right? Okay? Thank you. Appreciate it. What is this? Wow, you guys are getting more prasadam. You must have been praying today. Yeah.
Quick follow-up question. How to be simple?
I already just answered it. Just do it. Like Nike says, just do it. Stop thinking that you know. And the humble state of mind, you hear from one who knows. It's practical. It's not a feeling like I'm feeling simple today. How do you feel? I'm feeling very simple today. No, it's an action word. I don't know, and Guru Krishna does know, and I'm greedy and eager to hear that answer. And I'm ready to follow it. That's simple. It's like Prabhupada said, love, right? Love is an action word. It's not a feeling. Oh, I'm feeling like I love you. No. Prabhupada said, your love for me will be shown by how you follow my instructions. That will show me that you love me, that you respect me, that you care about me. It's not a feeling. So simplicity is not a feeling, it's an action. That we're not depending on ourselves through false ego, but we're depending and trying to hear from Krishna and the Guru perfect knowledge from perfect source. If you can hear that in that mood, that is a symptom of simplicity. Prabhupada said if you're very simple and you hear perfect knowledge, you'll immediately accept it. Promptly. Immediately. If we're not simple, oh, that's a very complex issue, yes, let me figure that out and psychoanalyze it, and you know, I just need some space and time, and I need to just measure it and understand it. That's no simplicity. That's overthinking it. My Gurudev many times said, this is so simple, you might just miss it. We're thinking it has to be so complex. He said, no, it's very simple, very straightforward. But if you're not simple and straightforward, it'll seem very complicated to you. Okay. I think they have some Jagannath Mahaprasad. Yes. Can I answer your question and hand out prasadam at the same time?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. That would answer all your questions. Like. Who was it that was it Dhruva Maharaj? Right? He had the conch shell put on his head, and then immediately, like he could see everything, understand everything. That's special. That's simple. I'm a fool, I need Guru Krishna's conch shell on my head, and by that mercy I can understand everything. That faith is simplicity. symptom of simplicity. Yeah.
Maharaj, you already say that because we are not simple, we don't want to do it.
If what?
If we are not... No, you already say that because there is no simplicity, we don't want to do it.
Yeah.
But
Because you want to hear Maya more than you want to hear Krishna. If you're simple, you'll hear Krishna, Guru Krishna, Guru Sadhu Shastra. So if you're not hearing Guru Sadhu Shastra, you're not hearing Krishna. Krishna says you're bewildered by your false ego. Therefore you cannot hear me. So you're getting what you deserve. If you can't hear Krishna in a simple heart, that means you're getting cheated. You're cheating. Getting cheated means you're not serious for hearing Krishna. Because you're addicted to hearing Maya. So, what's complicated?
I just was asking, like, if something is like very good for you, you know that you get benefit.
What is it?
A benefit. Why you don't want
Put your mouth to the phone.
If something is very good for you and you know you'll get benefit, why don't you want to do it?
what happened with it?
Your mind is stolen by illusion. Too much lust, too much greed, too much material desires, too much bodily consciousness. So you're running after Maya instead of Krishna. So you can say, okay, I believe that surrendering to Krishna is absolutely the best thing. You can say, intellectually, theoretically, but now the next question is, how do you actually do it? How do you practically be able to surrender to Krishna? But without a bona fide guru, it's not possible. Because you can't get free from mental speculation, you can't get free from Maya's plan, you can't get free from your material desires, material attachments. So how are you going to surrender to Krishna? Who's going to help you to qualify yourself to be able to surrender to Krishna? Only the Guru. That's why it says, by the mercy of Krishna, one gets a Guru. By the mercy of the Guru, then you can get Krishna. 2 mercies required. So which mercy are you getting? Are you getting those 2? Otherwise you're getting mercy from Maya. Heavy lashes. Are you feeling it? Are you feeling the heavy lashes? Yeah? Does it feel good? You like it? Is it tasty? Is it tasty, heavy lashes? We'll leave everything like that? You're satisfied? That you have to ask yourself, right? Yeah, take some prasadam. This will help you. This will make you more simple. And then you'll be able to understand the answer. Without simplicity, we cannot understand transcendental answer. Hare Krishna. Jagannath Mahaprasad ki jai. How's my older brother? Hare Krishna. Prabhu, how are you? Listening very nicely, thank you. I appreciate it. Huh? He's my guru. Like father, like son. Thank you, thank you. Are you being humble today? Be humble, man. You're not like coming, you weren't a saint before, were you? So be humble. Don't be like that crazy criminal who's leaving his his ID on the
Something
train.
more for your freeze.
Very smart.
I will eat everything.
All right.
No.
So why are you taking it?
If you take the instruction, you'll become humble. If you don't like it, your mind says, "Oh, I don't like it." Then you're going to take it. You complain about it. Don't complain. My Guru says, no grumbling and complaining. Then you'll get the benefit. Then you'll get mercy. If you're grumbling and complaining, you don't like it, then you won't get the benefit. All right? Did everybody get some mercy? Everybody?
You are so unfortunate.
Yeah. What are you waiting for?
Why don't you take it in case of your wife?
She's going to fare un pezzo di non mangiare, va bene.
Okay,
He's
everyone?
fasting.
Fasting.
Who's that?
He's fasting.
Oh, fasting.
You're fasting? Are you a yogi? All right, I'll eat yours then.
Okay.
I'm doing this as a service to your fasting.
Thank you, Maharaj.
You can enjoy it tomorrow. I'll send you my enjoyment that I got today tomorrow.
Listen. Yeah, properly. I don't think so.
Oh, sure, that would be lovely. Thanks.
Hare Krishna. Haribol, everyone. Hare Krishna. Haribol. Dr. Bob, here's a garland for you. You're my older brother. Hare Krishna. All right? All right?
Yes, thanks a lot.
Italy, man.
No, I don't understand why you are always
Heb jij er?
so many to me.
Twee van David.